Sometimes even the advanced postures can be advanced further.
Welcome back to yet another week of Yoga with Goga, Peak of the Week. This week we are just going to continue what we started last week when we were looking at the shoulder stand, the queen of all asanas. So today we're going to do what we call the plow pose.
If you ever grew up in a village in Kenya, this should be familiar.
Plow pose again is part of the shoulder stand series sequence. So we're just going to continue that and then we see what that looks like.
The asanas are the epitome of strength, beauty, grace, and maybe some occasional weirdness. Namaste Yogi. My name is Goga, kinda like yoga. In the last year, I have shared with you foundational postures in yoga. Today, my mission is to usher you into the world of advanced postures. It is what yoga postures become when they grow up. Enjoy the practice.
So coming to Shavasana.
So in Shavasana, you're lying down on the back. Relax here for a moment. So this posture is going to be a step up of the bridge pose, which can also be a preparatory posture that we looked at in the workplace with yoga season. And we're also going to advance the shoulder stand, which we looked at sometime last week. So that's technically the anatomy of this posture. And then slowly come onto lying on your back in Shavasana. You want your neck long, you're relaxed. And just use this moment to arrive onto your mat or whatever space you are in. Make sure everything is relaxed. You're not engaging any muscle at this particular point. The feet are falling towards the side. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Maybe wiggle your toes a bit. Maybe hug your knees to your chest and come into the wind releasing posture. Kiss your knee. Mwah. Just arriving and thanking your legs for bringing you here today. And just stay here for a moment, giving yourself a very huge hug, pressing them against the core, and maybe gently rock yourself from side to side and just feel how that feels like. Yeah, inhaling in and out gently, and then gently release the posture, and then make sure you have adjusted yourself accordingly, and then maybe bring the tops of your feet down on the mat and then maybe swing your knees from side to side just to find a nice release on the lower back. So this posture is going to really work on the back today. And then bring your feet up into 90 degrees, so what we call the Viparita Karani, and then press the floor and then shift that weight as if you're going to do plow pose, and then come into shoulder stand from last week. Adjust accordingly, just trying to get that body perpendicular to the floor underneath you, supporting the lower back nicely. So this was shoulder stand from last week, as you maybe remember. So stay here in shoulder stand for a bit, inhaling in and out, and then gently start bringing your feet down very slowly. You don't want to rush so fast. People are always so quick in getting their feet behind their head, but the whole purpose of getting into plow pose is like you want to move your feet very slowly until they get down onto the ground. This takes time, it takes practice. I do not want to just bring them very fast, like what I just did, and then interlace your fingers behind your back. Naturally, what happens is that when you take your feet down, your weight shifts towards, above your head, and that's where you're able even to release your hands down on the ground. And then stay here, gazing directly onto your knees. Keep walking the toes a bit in, tucking them, and as if you're walking upside down. And then you can release your hands, or they just keep supporting your back. If it's too much, feel free to rest your feet on top of a block or even a chair. Put a chair behind you and let the feet rest on the chair. And just imagine of that nice farming equipment that we always see in the village, the plow, using the same logic. And just stay here, in and out. So you stay here for about 5 to 6 breaths. Again, avoid turning your neck from side to side. And then again, you want to make sure that your shoulders are broadened down on the ground, so you're not crunching them towards the ears. And then ensure that you can breathe comfortably, so you're not overly engage in that chin lock. If it's too much, again, feel free to bend your knees slightly, rest them on your head, lift your feet off, support them on a block or something, or even a wall. A wall also works perfectly fine in this posture. And then just stay here, inhaling in and out, engaging your breath. And then you want to ensure that you avoid this posture, especially if you have high blood pressure, you have back problems, a sleep disc. You want to avoid, totally steer away from it. And then this posture is a bit advanced to the shoulder stand, so you always want to make sure you can do a shoulder stand first before attempting this posture. And then I am playing around with my feet a bit just to see what that feels like. Inhale, exhale, stacking the hips nicely on top of the shoulders, and then gently release the posture by going back into shoulder stand. This is all the core strength being used here. And then gently bend your knees, maybe bring them to your face, engage your core, and then gently unroll yourself nicely with intentionality back onto the mat. And then take Shavasana. Maybe swing your knees from side to side just to feel how that release is nice, especially on the lower back. And so we are going to neutralize this posture by maybe taking the fish pose, so Matsyasana. So again, use the strength of your elbows to lift your chest up, and then once you're done, gently release the posture. Maybe swing your neck from side to side. You can either relax in Shavasana, or better yet, how about advancing the advanced posture? So this posture can be advanced by coming into what you call the deaf man's pose. Here you bend your knees, bring them alongside your ears, and then block your ears. So the deaf man's of the ear pressure pose is one of the best demonstrations of the fifth limb of yoga, pratyahara, withdrawing the senses. So when you block your ears slightly, you are covering yourself from the pressures and the sensations from outside. Feel free, if this is too much, just rest your knees on top of your forehead. That works perfectly fine. Otherwise, just remain in plow pose. And then again, gently release by bending your knees, hugging them tightly towards your chest. Hold yourself very nicely and controlled until you come down and lie on your back. Okay, so that's literally, in essence, the plow pose. This posture is very good for stretching the shoulders, back, neck, hamstrings, calves. It also stretches the paraspinal muscles of the lower back, which are often, overlooked in other postures. This eventually helps you relieve any backache that you may have. You want to feel calm and relaxed in this posture.
So guys, that was the shoulder standing posture. Sorry, what have I said? Yeah, so guys, that was the plow pose. It's quite a deep and intense, inversion, and also very can be very interesting, especially on the neck. It's also one of the dangerous postures, so you want to avoid this one unless you're you really know what you're doing, or you're under the guidance of an instructor, a seasoned yoga instructor. Okay, so that concludes part of what you are looking at in the shoulder standing series. So it's literally what you can transform some of these inversions into. So you can see how we've progressed from shoulder stand, and you can literally drop your feet down, you can literally block your ears. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely evening. Until then, namaste. Thank you very much.